I honestly thought that this day would never come. That's right, we're building the end portal today, and I'm super excited because I've been playing on this world for frickin' years. I've built some really neat stuff, but I'm still using this crappy old end portal. So let's jump right into it and hopefully turn it into something really, really special. So I have been trading with villagers, I've been building mountains, I've been cutting down trees, I've been doing a whole bunch of stuff here before the episode gets started so that we can jump right in and have an awesome time building something really crazy. Now, those of you that watch my videos know that I'm a big underground builder. I absolutely love building underground, and there's two reasons for that. One, I suck at terraforming, and two, I suck at terraforming, and three, I suck at terraforming. But today, I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to leave my little hermit hole down here and fly towards the sky and build something really, really cool above ground. All right, I know it doesn't look super great right now, and that's because I just kind of free-handed the general idea here. But look what happens when I step aside and I overlay my great, awesome designed plan on top of it. You can see that this is the perfect plan, and it's gonna turn out exquisitely. But anyways, that's enough fiddle farting around. Let's jump into some actual concrete building here that I can show you. And we're gonna start off with some custom trees because they make everything better. Hey, that's pretty good. I like that a lot. Now, if only we could add a few more here with the power of editing, that would be absolutely awesome, and we'd have an entire forest here on our hands to work with. Oh, nuts. I forgot to record. Here's what was gonna happen if I was good at this whole YouTube thing. Basically, I was gonna stand here and say, if only by magic or editing or something, I could make trees appear. And then the trees, they would have appeared behind me. I would have like edited it in basically with like a time lapse and a whole big thing. It would have been freaking sweet. But alas, I built stuff off camera once again. Anyways, at least I can give you a bit of an idea of what the plan is here. So basically, these things represent like a gate. We're gonna have kind of like a little shrine temple thing here, and we're gonna walk through a path into the nifty part here, which you saw earlier, which you're probably really curious as to what that is because the thumbnail totally doesn't give it away. These trees here are kind of reddish in hue. I wanted to do kind of like redwoods, so I used a lot of orange blocks going up, and I used acacia and birch leaves. Super annoying to get acacia leaves, by the way. So if you're still watching at this point in the video, it's probably a good time to remind you to like and subscribe. Did you do it yet? Awesome. Okay, so the path is going to go down here, and we're going to build a bunch more trees, but I want the sight line from the portal to be kind of the most important thing. A lot of people ask me how I got better at building, and one of the most important things is really just kind of visualizing how you're going to be looking at the build. Not everything is good from every angle. If you download my world, you definitely know that by now because I don't finish the back of builds. And by the way, I definitely don't plan on finishing this one, so don't expect it in this video. But what you can expect in this video is a super cool montage where I build probably one of the coolest organic shapes I've ever created. But before we get started building here, I just want to highlight how many blocks it took to make this. It was about 3 shulker boxes of smooth quartz, which is super annoying to get, so I had to pay a little visit to my trading hall and get a bunch of quartz from these fellas. All that just to be able to start the build, which also is going to take a long time. Don't worry, I'm in it for at least a few more days on this part. And while we build this thing and the time lapse goes on, I thought I'd tell you the story of how I dislocated my knee for the 4th time, which was the worst time, the most catastrophic of all time. Basically, I do a lot of rock climbing, and this time I didn't even actually fall off the wall. I just placed my knee weird, and then my knee slipped out of the socket, and I fell off the wall like a good 10 feet onto my butt. And I looked down, and I was like, oh no, not again. Full dislocation. It was disgusting. Basically, the gym employees were kind of freaking out. I was okay. It's happened before. I'm not like, it's not super painful. It's just kind of uncomfortable. and I just wanted to go to the hospital so they could put it back. And so the employees are kind of freaking out, and one of them starts to tell me his like life story about painkillers and stuff and his dad, and it was really dark. And I told him like, dude, you don't have to talk to me. You can just relax. Just fill out your little incident form and we'll wait for the ambulance. And then the ambulance comes, and one of the ambulance paramedics looks at the problem on the wall, and she says, "Oh, I got that one yesterday." And I was like, "Oh, come on. Add insult to injury." It wasn't even a hard one. It was like a V4. Anyway, they drive me to the hospital. I spent all evening there for free. Thank you, Canada. And then the nurse comes into the office, and she was like, "Hey, we're going to like sedate you a little bit. Before we do all that, do you want us to take your pants off or cut them off?" And I was like, "Please save my pants. I love those pants, guys. They're really nice climbing pants." I said, "Please save my pants." And then they came in with the mask and everything. They put it on, and like they tried to put me to sleep, and I was really fighting it. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna see how long I can fight this this gas off." And then the doctor kind of looked at me and was like, "Huh, nope." And then he like asked them to up it, and I blacked out. And I woke up in my underwear, my pants cut up, very sad, and I was like super tired and woozy, and I was kind of chilly because I was in my underwear. And I asked them like, "Can I get a gown or something?" And they were like, "Nope, sorry." And then they sent me home in my underwear, and I had to go through the whole lobby. And it's a good thing I wore my cool guy Eddie Bauer boxers from Costco, because otherwise that would have been really embarrassing. So anyway, I hope you liked that story and the little time lapse. Full disclosure, I've been messing around with Lightmatica a lot lately for stuff like this specifically, because it's really tricky to do it without it. Honestly, these organic shapes and stuff, can't be doing that in survival. So I did use the easy place function there, and it worked out perfect. I think we're still missing some decorations on top. Maybe like some trees growing out of it or something would look really cool. And of course, we need to kind of like blend it into the mountain and a whole bunch of other stuff. But let's take a closer look here. It's a dragon with horns, and probably the absolute worst backside of a build I have ever created in my life. Don't you worry, we're gonna clean it up so at least it doesn't look like this, because it kind of looks really freaky from back here. But now I want to go build some rocks, because no one ever builds any rocks anywhere. People always build mountains, people build hills, people build trees, but no one builds rocks. And I made some really cool rocks, so let's go check that out. We have some really neat rocks here. If I get out of this free cam mode, we can take a little look. This is going to be the screenshot right here. This is the magic shot, I think, with the boulders framing it in and stuff. We're cruising for a mean thumbnail here. But obviously, I want the whole thing to kind of look good as you walk down the path, obviously. But I think it's important to kind of look at one angle and make sure that there's one really nifty angle to look at it from. I do that with a lot of my builds, and it really helps get better at building. You know what else gets you better at building? It's using the new blocks that they give us. And for the longest time now, I have been resisting getting the pale oaken stuff, mainly because I'm lazy and it's really far away. But here you can see, I finally made my way out there, and I got a whole big bunch of it for this project. Nice. Well, it's been a few days since those clips, and I have been busy with some real life stuff, and I've also been busy with some tree stuff, which is why I put on my Lorax skin and my chef hat. Also, funny thing about this hat, when you put your helmet over it, it like squishes the hat inside, which I think is really, really funny. But yeah, I've been busy making some new trees. So basically, I kind of built like one version of tree, right? The big one over there with the oranges and the the browns and all that and the grays. And then I figured, oh, well, maybe it's time to add a new tree. So I added this kind of more dark green with the prismarine and the mossy cobble and all that. And I've just been kind of filling in some gaps with these, really just taking my time and enjoying the process because it's part of the fun to kind of place these trees. I've also started putting down little trees like this one and maybe just some like dead ones like this where I'll put like a leaf or two on top. I don't know how I feel about that yet though. But yeah, now we got the skull. We got some trees, kind of. We got some rocks, and this place is really starting to shape up. But you know what we're missing? This. This ugly thing needs to be addressed, rectified, and improved. I just sounded really smart there. But really, all I wanted to say was that I'm going to build something neat here, hopefully. I have a few ideas in my noggin. Not too sure how they're going to turn out, though. But hopefully, in the time-lapse that has now started playing, I'm building something really cool, and you're like, wow, Eco, that's awesome. I'm totally going to like and subscribe now. Right? And while you're down there in that description area with the like button and the subscribe button, why don't you click on the NordVPN Ecolio link down there where you can get a great deal on a VPN. It's really cool. You can watch TV shows in other countries on Netflix and stuff. It's awesome. Alright, now I'm getting excited. This is starting to look really, really good. I love how this turned out. Basically, all I did was build 2 boulders, stick a portal in the middle, and then give it some fancy tuff on top. It's my first time using the tuff, actually, and I couldn't think of a better place than this one. The idea is surely some big skull like this would have been found by someone before me, maybe some civilization or something, and these are their ruins. So that's kind of like one of the lore guiding principles of this build, I guess. Not super big on the lore, but I try to add some little stuff once in a while like this. You'll also notice I've been building more boulders. I've been kind of trying to box the player in a little bit, kind of like at Disney. You know, they force you to go down a certain path and stuff. That's kind of what I'm trying to do here with this. But now you'll see we're really starting to get led down this path. Until we get to here, it gets a little bit more open and unsure, so we're gonna build some small boulders and then some big boulders in the back and stuff, and then we can finally start working on the mouth, which I'm really excited for. Psst. Hey, do you like the build so far and you want to download it today? Well, now you can. Usually, I only offer my world download once a year for free on the Discord channel in the description, but from now on, members of the channel can download the world after every single upload. So if you look in that description right now and you add yourself as a member, you can download this, steal it from me, build it in your own world, go check it out, whatever you want, and you'll also get your username in the end credits, which is pretty neat. Alright, back to the video. There is nothing I like more than a good path in a Minecraft build. Well, no, that's not really true. There's a lot of things I like more, but I really like this path, and I like the block palette that we used here, so I tried using some jungle wood. I saw a few people doing this on the internet, and I thought it looked pretty neat, so I figured, hey, I'll try it too. Mixed with the podzol and the coarse dirt and everything, I think it gives a really nice worn-in feel, and it does look like something that's been used. So now that we have this path, it's going to be a little bit easier to clean up this area and make it a little bit more hedged in and control the flow of traffic on this path, which is just me. It's single player, but you know what I mean. Well, this kind of took an unexpected turn. I actually ended up deciding to put a house on the side of the hill by the skull because, one, I think it looks good to kind of have a little building here. It kind of blocks out that area, but also more importantly, I just feel like it makes sense to have a bed and an ender chest and a few little storage boxes around me, so that way I can respawn if I die in the end and I'm not super far away, if that makes sense. Usually I would just kind of hide a bed in some like back room little box somewhere, but this time I thought, let's make a cute little area for me to hide in. And while we're down here, I thought I would show you, I don't think I really showed this since the beginning of the video. This is where I've been hiding out all of my shulker boxes and furnaces and everything, where I've been smoothing out my quartz and digging for cobble because I didn't bring any. And here's the portal and some more chests. This is kind of where I've been sleeping and stuff, and it's kind of gross, so that's kind of why I wanted to move out. But if we go up there, I've actually done quite a little bit more. If we just fly up through the mouth, I have built some more boulders, some more trees, and I've smoothed out the path here to the house. So now we have a nice little way in. I still have to kind of decorate it, and I kind of want it to have like a rundown house. I feel like this kind of looks like something that's been here a while. So we have like our ancient civilization, and then maybe some later settlers came down and set up a little home near the magic portal here. Here's a question for you. How much did you hate the color of the greens in every single recording up to now? Because for me, it was a lot. I've been fiddle farting with some settings, and I think I finally honed them in to kind of fit the vision more. I tend to do that a lot. I change my settings, I change my shaders, I change all this stuff all the time just to kind of fit the build that I'm working on, but also keep like an overarching theme going. Anyway, I've built a lot, and now I'm ready to show you all this neat little detail stuff that I've been doing, and I'm super excited. I haven't talked to anybody in days. So I realized that I don't always show my builds at night, and this one looks exceptionally good. I am using a different shader than I usually play with. This is more of a screenshot shader. It's called Voxels Reimagined, link in the description. But yeah, I think it looks so cool at night. Now, if you remember from the last clip, a lot has changed, but not a lot has changed at the same time. I've added some more smaller trees with different leaf variations and block choices. These are actually from my Minecraft server, which I host. The IP is in the description, and yes, you can join, you don't need to ask. But yeah, I've also finished the path. I've kind of receded the grass line here to keep it away from the path and kind of on the sides. I've put a bunch of leaves, a whole bunch of new stuff, and I've also added these little propagules. These are just like little floating, falling little mystical leaves, or like little helicopters or whatever, and some lanterns. I've also added the whatever this is called, the spore blossom or something. This is awesome. It adds that particle effect in the air here. I'm super duper happy. And this is it in the daytime, looking also just as majestic with a little bit of mysterious fog. This is kind of giving me some B00 vibes. And if we walk all the way down here, you can see the cabin looks really cool with this shader. You'll see the updating is kind of weird. It is in beta, but I've also done the pond over here. I've added some texture in here, some water and such. This isn't like super complete. And I added the throat of the dragon, which I know you don't have to tell me. It wouldn't be here. This doesn't really make a lot of sense. It'd be like back there. And also it wouldn't be red. But I wanted to do it. I thought it was funny. Leave me alone. No, I'm just kidding. You can bug me about it. I know it's kind of a weird choice, but you know, Minecraft is about your own experience. So that's what I want for now. Watch me change my mind in a year. And that is going to do it for today's episode. If you made it to the end of the video, let me know in the comments, and also let me know, like, what did you like? What didn't you like? This was really outside of my comfort zone for sure. That's an understatement. I don't normally build outside my little hole, but I'm happy I did, because this is a freaking awesome project, and I'll do a lot more like this in the future. Thank you again to the channel members and everyone who likes the video and supports me on YouTube. I never thought I'd make it this far. We just hit 25,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane to me. So anyways, I'll see you guys again in 2 weeks with something else really big and really awesome. Bye-bye.